Well, hello, First Presbyterian Church. I'm so happy to be with Yvette Davis Rajput today. Yvette is the director of the Armstrong Leadership Program, which is a ministry of Richmond Hill, which has long been a friend of First Presbyterian Church. Armstrong Leadership Program, which Yvette will tell you all about, is a program for high school students over at Armstrong High School in the East End. ALP is one of our 5 new community partners. As you remember, in 2020, in early 2020, your session approved a recommendation from the Outreach Council to enter into long-term 3-year partnerships with worthy organizations across Richmond who are interested in 3 things. First, that they're interested in empowering students and families in the East End of Richmond. 2, that they are advocating for affordable housing and healthcare. And number 3, that they are enlivening social justice in metropolitan Richmond. As I was talking with Yvette right before we started this morning, I said to her, and she agreed with me, that really ALP fits into all 3 categories, although of course the first, advocating for students and families, is in the East End is their primary goal, in the students and families at Armstrong High School. So Yvette, I'm so glad that we are together this morning and that you were here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation to be here. Good morning to all. And I'll talk a little bit about ALP. It was established in 2001 as an outreach ministry of Richmond Hill. And for those that are not familiar with Richmond Hill, it is an ecumenical Christian retreat center located in Church Hill that provides hospitality, spiritual direction, workshops, and healing for RVA. ALP was designed to serve a cohort of students at Armstrong High School, all grades, gender, and abilities. So students are inspired to take an active role in the process, as often dreams are deferred in the communities where many of our students live. And so we believe that when student needs are met and community resources are provided and hope is instilled, the possibilities are endless. And so when we empower a child, we empower a family, we empower the community, and ultimately we empower a nation. Lives are transformed by participating in the following components: personal development, leadership training, one-on-one mentoring, postgraduate preparation, cultural exposure, and service learning opportunities that the students design and carry on with their cohort of students. And so the ultimate goal is for the student to realize his or her own potential, purpose, and passions in life while actively pursuing lifelong learning opportunities. We follow the great quote by Frederick Douglass: "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." Another reason why we do this work, or why this work is really important, is we've highlighted through research a few things that I'll share, but because before an impoverished Black child is born, the odds are stacked against them. Because Black children are far more likely to encounter adverse childhood experiences, also known as ACEs, and more likely to face mental and physical health issues in life. Because many of our students at Armstrong live in public housing or low-income housing, which are riddled with abuse, violence, crime, low expectations, food insecurity, deplorable housing conditions, and high rates of premature death. Because jails are overflowing with Black people at an alarming rate. And because Black students we serve are often forgotten, overlooked, and are in need of hope. And so, again, poverty is not an isolated issue. It's a collective struggle. And that's why, this program was established back in 2001 as an outreach ministry of Richmond Hill.
Wow. Thanks, Yvette. I am just so taken by the holistic approach that you bring to your work, that it's not just about, helping these students out, that it's really about empowering not only the family, but like you said, the community, and then in effect, the nation, that you are bringing resources and you are bringing opportunity to people who have been so marginalized and their backs are against the wall in so many different ways. that's transformative. And personally, I'm just really grateful for the work you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Yvette, tell us a little bit about what the idea of partnership between First Presbyterian Church and ALP. What does that mean to you?
Well, first, we're very, grateful to have this new partnership. But a partnership is just a mutual interest working together for a common good or common goal. And our partners assist when and where it's needed, not only with monetary support, but ideas, resources, advice, prayers, love, and so we're grateful for FPC. We wish that we could do much more, but, under the circumstances, the support that you've given us thus far has been just huge. With the one-on-one mentors, which is really a great way for church members to jump in and support. We're doing the e-mentoring until we're able to be back on the face-to-face,
Yvette, I think there are 5 or 6 FPC members who are already engaged as mentors. Is that right?
Yes, and they're doing a phenomenal job with the e-mentoring platform, which is just awesome. Right. And then just a couple of weeks ago during the Christmas holidays, you guys supported us so that we could provide Christmas gifts and gift cards to the students, and we had a wonderful time delivering those items to them as well. So
yeah, that's the joys of partnership, is that it's so much more than what we think of. It's more than mentoring. It's like you're talking about. It's being there to care for the families and to provide the snack bags and things and the Christmas gift cards and whatnot. But it's prayer. It's telling your friends about it, friends who may be part of different churches or different communities, and the wonderful things that are happening at ALP. So thank you. That is just, ALP is alive and well, it seems to me, in the Armstrong community. What a testament to the long-term vision and opportunity from Richmond Hill. That's for sure.
And we look forward to, again, expanding the partnership, maybe with job shadowing opportunities for the students. We had talked about the social gathering, using the space, and maybe having guest speakers to come. So as we'll grow together and learn ways that we can continue to connect.
Absolutely. And I think we're always looking, like I've said before to you, Yvette, we're always looking for ways to grow and to experiment and try new things and see what works and see what doesn't. And, know that the whole thing is part of what it means to live life together in a unique way, like we do in this understanding. So my last question is this. Tell us about how your ministry, how ALP has impacted the life of another person.
Well, that's kind of hard to say because we have so many students and so many stories. Every day it's something new. But I guess I would share about Corvell. He was a graduate year before last, and just a phenomenal young man, very smart. He was an athlete. He received actually the Richmond Times-Dispatch Athlete of the Year, Athlete Scholar Award, and we helped him in applying to UVA. We did a couple of tours back and forth to the campus so he could actually see himself there, and he got in. And so with all that, people think that it's okay. It's just easy. You just show up, on orientation day and you go from there. But that really wasn't the case with Corvell. I mean, at the time when he graduated from high school, the only thing that he had was a high school ID, school ID. And he literally thought, that's all it would take to start school, to start college. Although his brother had been to college, still, he didn't have any other documents or things in place. So that's when we had to go into our ALP mode of helping this young man really process what going to college looks like. and all of the things that he had to get in place, from his birth certificate to getting a government issued ID, to taking him to the bank to open up a bank account, to help him coordinate. It was a lot of support he was receiving from the community, and just helping him to keep up with all the emails and the responses and what have you. So taking him up there for the summer orientation. It was actually on 4th of July. I was like, wow, I'm probably the only person I know working on the 4th of July. But anyway, it was just such a thrill for him to have this experience, you know. So we took him up and got him to getting the things he needed for his room. He doesn't have the support from his family, his parents. And so he just needed, a lot of times our students need people who will just stand in the gap with them, right? Mm-hmm. And it can make a huge difference. Although he had gotten into school, he had gotten a scholarship, if no one was there to stand in that gap, it was just would have been another dream deferred.
Right.
Because, you know, so I had to communicate with the folks at UVA all during the summer to say, well, you know, he's going to need assistance with this. A supporter came in, got him a laptop. He didn't have a laptop. And sometimes the colleges just don't understand, right, you know, the deficits that the kids have, you know, that these kids are faced with. And you know, so I think that was a wonderful way in which the community, ALP, was able to galvanize the community, rally around him, and give him the kind of supports and needs he needs to make his dreams come true.
That is so striking to me, Yvette, because what you're describing is, I think it's what it means to be a Christian community with one another, that we are not only looking out for one another's needs, but we're celebrating together, we're serving together, and we are particularly looking for those, you know, who are, like you said a few minutes ago, who are marginalized and who don't have the same opportunity for any number of reasons, don't have the same opportunity as others. And for a church like First Presbyterian Church, with its history and place in our world, in our community, being really engaged in this work on the ground level with organizations like ALP, it's really, you know, not to pump ourselves up, but it's really a gift. And I'm so grateful that our session and our community grants team saw fit to engage in this partnership, because it is truly transformative work that you were doing. And I'm just so grateful on behalf of the church for all that you do, and all that your team at ALP and the mentors and the students are doing. And know that we're keeping you in our prayers, and that we are here for this, and we are so excited that we are together in partnership. So thank you so much for being here with me this morning. Even though we had to do it on Zoom, I wish we could be in person, but it is the way it is. And thank you, Yvette, for all that you do for the community.
Thank you so very much. You're really a blessing to this program, and we appreciate it.